Mr. Goodran.
Expect fair skies on Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday, expect a chance of rain.
You're watching PM Edition, my friend. I'm Dave Schwartz. It's 10 before the hour. That means it's time for your tropical update. Let's check in with our hurricane expert, Dr. Steve Lyons. He is keeping an eye on tropical, make that Hurricane Kate. And there's a new tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Steve, what's up?
Well, Dave, we do have a new tropical storm. We don't have any specifics yet because the Hurricane Center put out a special statement that they've now declared it a tropical storm. Let's look at the satellite imagery, and we can tell you right now basically where it is. It's basically down here, right where that low pressure center is, about 150 miles north of the Mexican coast near Puerto Mexico. And it appears to be almost stationary, drifting very slowly to the south-southwest at about 3 or 4 miles per hour. We'll have the exact details based on the Hurricane Center's advisory here as soon as we get it from you. Now you say, well, why did we suddenly see a tropical storm form out of this when we had tropical storm winds all along here? Well, it's because the hurricane hunters were out there and found a 56 knot or about a 64 mile per hour wind fairly close to the low pressure center. Earlier we were seeing the stronger winds well away from the circulation, which was indicating more of a frontal boundary that was interacting with the low pressure center. Just for reference here, Brownsville is up here where the star is, far, far to the north. What do we expect from this system over the next 24 to 36 hours? Not to move much, to stay down there to the south and spin. So along the Mexican coast here, that's where we're going to see some high surf, 15 to 18 feet, and it's a possibility for heavy rain over the next 24 to 36 hours. Currently, the winds along the coast, including the Yucatan, are relatively light, so wind is not a problem. The strong winds remain offshore at this time. Now, the upper-level winds in the northern Gulf of Mexico are very fast, on the order of 60 to 80 miles per hour. So if anything starts to come up that way soon, it's decapitated and it's not going to be a threat. But the system is way down to the south, and we expect it to remain down there for the next at least 48 hours. So there it is there, our new tropical storm Larry. If you're heading to the Caribbean, great weather there. Nothing much to speak of except fair weather, high clouds. But we do have, as we go out into the tropical Atlantic, some showers out here. But upper-level winds are fast out of the west. But we have a hurricane. There's Kate, a hurricane for the second time. It was briefly a hurricane earlier. Now moving to the west-southwest at 13. We expect it to turn west, head right in the general direction of Bermuda. But well before it gets there, it's going to take a right turn up to the north and basically become extratropical beyond that time frame. Here's a picture of Kate, and you can see it has an eye, just like a typical hurricane would have, and it's moving ever so slightly to the south of west into a little bit warmer water. So there is a slight potential for some intensity increases over the next 24 to 36 hours. But in general, this is going to be a marine interest only. Now, they've been monitoring this clusters of showers associated with a low pressure center to the west of Manzanillo. It's now tropical depression 14E, winds 30 miles per hour, moving away from the coast, moving west at 7. It's going to turn a little more northwest. Could become tropical storm Nora. That's the next name in the eastern Pacific. And then weaken and dissipate over the subtropical eastern Pacific. In the meantime, it's really going to have to crank up quite a bit before it generates any wave action for you surfers in Southern California. So don't get your hopes up yet. Let's get back to the studio with Dave.
Thank you, Dr. Steve Lyons. A tropical depression, a tropical storm, and a hurricane. Tropical season is not over. Meanwhile, back here in the lower 48, we've got high pressure over the middle of the United States and cold air to the east of that. To the east of these highs right here, look how chilly it is, as opposed to the warm weather to the west, and some showers moving into the west too. And those will be the main features for Thursday too, that's for sure. Rain and even some snow showers up there in Michigan and the Adirondacks. Below average temperatures all the way to the Gulf Coast. And the warmth continues here in the west, but watch out for those scattered thunder showers in the afternoon. Christina?
Well, there's much more to come on the second hour of Weather Center. We'll take a look ahead to your weekend and beyond in the Weekly Planner.
Stay with us. We'll be back after your local on the 8s.
On House Hunters, there's drama.
House for sale? 315 Blair. Step on it.